a journey you've gone through so far. Um, so how did Our Lady of Guadalupe kind of start working with you? Because I've had hundreds of channels on the show, a lot of psychic mediums, and I've never had one person bring in Our Lady of Guadalupe. And, being of Latino descent, I'm not Mexican, but being of Latino descent, I know who she is.
Okay.
I know she's very important in the
Right.
um, Mexican culture. So how does the lady who was born in New Zealand, who has Dutch ancestors,
But my
uh,
my mom's, believe it or not, even though I have this blonde hair and these really bright blue eyes,
yeah,
my mom's dad, his family came from Spain. Okay.
sure, sure.
So they call it the Black Dutch or whatever. And I think from my dad's side, I think some of it came from Africa. So we've got a little bit of that in there,
Oh,
even though
I've got my
you
DNA
know what I'm
runs.
saying?
Oh, yeah. I come from Spain too.
Yeah, yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I
Eh,
get it. I
no.
get it.
So,
But
so
generally speaking, though, culturally, Our Lady of Guadalupe right now is not in the current
right.
incarnation. So how did that connection happen, and how did she come in, and how do you work with her?
Okay, so how she came in was my son was in college. This is where she came in really, really strong. I have a beautiful friend, Alejandra, who is, Mexican. And um, and believe it or not, I'm born on the Day of the Dead. Kind of funny. November 2nd.
Nice.
Okay. So
Coco.
the Scorpio. So connecting to people, because the girl that slammed the table, she was Mexican also. So it was like I was always collecting, Hispanic, Spanish friends, whatever. And I don't know if it was for them, for the body of me to get into that frequency, but I was praying for my son, even though I'm not religious, but I do believe in that you can be in the frequency of
Mhm.
allowing, these entities to come to you. So I was praying for my son, and Spirit says you need to call on Guadalupe. And I'm like, I don't know anything about her. And they said, no, she's the mother of all children. So you need to call on her to help you connect, and she will help you and your son. And boy, did she help my son. So
Mm.
it made me believe in her. The body of me believe in her. Do you know what I'm saying? So because there was a situation that happened, and that I was praying for him, and it was like he had to be his own individual self, and this happened. And so then she said, I want to work through you. Okay. Do I know all the stories that society
Mhm.
says that it's about her? Nope, not one
Mhm.
story. Do
Mhm.
I know what her frequency and vibration and sound and water sounds like and feels like? You betcha. Okay. And so she's in the Guadalupe comes and works with us as in, like I said, like a mother vibration. But I feel like it's um, more in a bigger space, because she presents herself to me always in a cave. Like she's got a
Mhm.
cave over her. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that we are the ones that are supposed to send the love and the joy and the happiness and the frequency and the perception and the no judgment out into the world. So it's almost like she's like the pump. Do you know what I mean? Or she's the thing that's doing the water so that we get electricity. Does that make sense?
The
And so
Hydro
it's
Jam.
like connecting to, it's like plugging into her to help us do this.
Interesting. That does make sense. So when you work with her, is she just working on like session by session, or is it like she's constantly working with you? How does it work with her?
Sometimes she lays low, like kind of like a fire, you know what I mean, underneath the needles. And you're
Hmm.
thinking, oh, she's gone. I'm not working with her anymore. But then all of a sudden, a client or some situation comes up, and then she fires up again and says, you need to connect with me and let me help you in that way. Especially, like I said, if it's around, I'm praying for people around the world, she's always there. I get it that we're all children, but if it's connected to children in any form or format, she rises very, very big on that. She's very adamant
Interesting.
about children and even pets.
So what is Our Lady of Guadalupe's message or thoughts on what is happening in the world today around all of the things you just said, but just in general, humanity and what we're doing and the chaos that seems to be going around right now and the instability and all of that stuff. I'd love to hear her thought because all the wars and stuff, children and animals,
Exactly.
obviously,
But
are being
they
affected
chose to
massively.
be in the war. We chose to be in that war. They chose to
Karmically.
be again, the wheel.
Hmm.
They chose to be and this is going to really sound crude, and I don't know how I'm going to say this. I'm going to ask her to help me with this. We're supposed to have we're supposed to have that demise so that we have a reaction, so that we can, because truth is being shown right now. Okay.
Right.
And truth is being shown, and the people are wanting to show the truth right now because of us splitting into the two worlds that are coming, that is happening now. And it's in our program so that we can be in the space of no judgment and see all perception. Okay.
So what is her vibe on what's going on right now? What is her message for people?
Her message is know that everything is the truth.
Okay. Can you dive in a little deeper to that?
If you truly believe that the world is a mess show, that's the truth. Because you would have to see it in that way if it's going to help you get into the space of no judgment.
Okay. That one I'm a little confused about.
Okay. So she could show us. So I feel like the world is, falling apart and we got this war.
Sure.
Say we got a war in a little section. So she's going to, and I'm just looking at the war, and I'm just looking at the suffering. What we call suffering, but it's really not suffering. See, that's the thing where it could be really crude, is she's like, they're not suffering. Even though the body is suffering, but the spirit of them is not suffering. It's really going, yeah.
I understand.
Because
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
So, all right. So is there any messages of hope that she has for us?
Fantastic hope. There's massive, fantastic hope that's going on right now, even though people are saying no. And we get to choose that. So she showed it to me as in two worlds of that we get to choose if, like I said, if we want these challenges or we want these lessons to help us to get into that peace and harmony and no judgment. So there's, again, it's kind of like the high road and the low road. Are you going to choose you're going to have a lot more challenges or lessons, or maybe even seeing the poverty or whatever. But because of those lessons, it helps you get into a higher vibration or frequency or a sound or water into a higher dimensional space where there is less and less and less and less judgment. Does that make sense? So I'm going to give you an example. This is when I was, and they just downloaded this information to me. She just downloaded this information to me, a couple weeks ago. And maybe it's because I'm supposed to say this on the show. Who knows? And it was like, what? I split myself in two. There's the psychic Debbie or the intuitive Debbie, and then there's the Debbie, right? So the Debbie Debbie's like, damn. And the psychic Debbie's like, oh yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? So
Debbie, how many cups of coffee have you had today?
Maybe one.
This is fantastic. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to teach enjoy.
Okay. You are doing a good job, my dear. You're doing a good job. I love it. To watch the full video, click on the link below. And don't forget to subscribe.